Did you ever wake up in the middle of the night, play out the worst possible scenario?
I wake up in the middle of the night thinking, you idiot.
Wake up in the middle of the night almost every night and just lie there.
You wake up in the middle of the night, you don't know what time it is.
It's 3 a.m. and you're awake, wide awake in the middle of the night, and you're thinking, oh no, why me? I have so much to do tomorrow. What's wrong with me? And the more you try to sleep, the more you stay awake, just lying in bed. But what if there's nothing wrong with you? What if this is actually your body's natural sleep rhythm? I'm Bella St. John, and welcome to Wine O'Clock Wisdom, where we explore some of the what-ifs of the world. And in this episode, where we are uncorking a centuries-old secret, the rhythm of what is called first and second sleep. Centuries ago, before we had street lights and smartphones, people didn't have sleep cycles the way that we do now. In medieval Europe and Britain, for instance, it was common to sleep in two distinct phases. The first sleep began just after dusk and went right through until the middle of the night, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, before then drifting into second sleep, which usually lasted until dawn or just a little bit after. But this wasn't seen as unnatural or insomnia. This was seen as normal. But here, let's consider that a little bit deeper, because that middle of the night waking wasn't wasted time, and it wasn't time where you lie there and beat yourself up, and the more you do, the less you get back to sleep. People used that time to pray. They journaled. Some people did creative work during that time. Some parents canoodled during that time with their children still sleeping over in the corner. It was seen as a natural intermission. It's like an exhale. So what happened? Well, the Industrial Revolution happened, basically. And with it came artificial lighting and a rigid 9-to-5 mindset eventually. And that flattened our nights into one continuous unbroken block. That led, though, to us seeing any disruption to sleep as a problem to be fixed, rather than a natural rhythm to be honored. But what if waking up at 3 a.m. isn't a malfunction? What if in our modern age, modern quote-unquote era, what if it's a message, a whisper from your body, a whisper from your higher self, an opening for a moment of peace and contemplation and reflection, imagination, a space between worlds where inspiration speaks very quietly, but because you're not distracted by gadgets and people and noise and cacophony, you can actually hear it. Science largely now supports what our ancestors knew, that what's called biphasic and polyphasic sleep are biologically natural. In fact, many of us still drift toward them instinctively, especially when we're freed from alarms and sirens and social expectations and looking at your screens the last thing before you go to sleep. Oh, and if you'd like a free PDF with tips on how to deal with 3 a.m. wake-ups, the link is in the description. So the next time you wake up in the wee small hours, don't panic, don't bash yourself up, don't reflect on what's wrong with your life or the world. Just focus on your lovely bed and think, what if this moment is a sacred moment meant for doing nothing but being? A time you don't even have to get up, a time to reconnect with the parts of your inner self that are rarely heard during daylight. Giving yourself permission to be in that space where dreams and consciousness just softly overlap. Maybe the night isn't broken. Maybe there's not something wrong with you. Maybe if you honor when you happen to wake up in the middle of the night and see it as a gift, you'll then have that moment, drift back to sleep, and wake feeling refreshed, both body and soul. I'm Bella St. John. Thank you for sharing a glass of What If with me. Until next time, stay wise, stay curious, and please do remember to ask, what if?
You know what it's like to wake up in the middle of the night with an empty stomach and you're all out of chopped liver.